Let's do it.
Yeah. So that's cool. You've been down here for a couple of years now. That's awesome, man. How do you like Florida compared to California?
Oh, it's different, man.
Good or bad?
A lot of people asking if it's good, but I was like, it's good in some ways, bad in one ways. I think there's kind of like when you go out, you're not live, right?
We're live, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's like a little bit of a difference from California to here, like a lot of difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the main ones, yes, there's a lot of like older people here.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the main things when you get here. But the one thing that I noticed the most is just the traffic, and not just the traffic, but how people are in the traffic. Like in California, a person is going to cross the street no matter where it is. We're going to stop. Person's going to cross.
Yeah.
Here, when I did that once, they almost killed me.
Florida's crazy, man. Now, you said you're from San Diego, so how's the traffic in San Diego compared to down here?
No, don't get me wrong. The traffic is bad as well, but more like completely like the rush hour from like 4:30 until 7. Yeah. But usually on like the freeway, the freeway is like 95, so we have the 5 there. So usually it's going to be the same kind of way. But there's like also usually mostly here it's both ways. There's kind of like one in the morning is one way, in the afternoon is the other way.
Yep.
But it's still really bad traffic as well.
Yeah, it's pretty. Actually, Florida's been very congested over the years because it's been crazy. Like I've been coming down here since '96, and it used to be dead. Yeah, it was dead. You see tumbleweeds going down the street.
I moved here in '95.
Nobody here.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
Now it's just jam packed.
Yamato.
No, Yamato's
dead.
First to Sunny House, and then just leave Sunny House, take Ives there, it would be like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So it was like you're actually in the little island to leave to anywhere you go. Miami's like right there, and it would take 40 minutes for you to get there.
That's right. Yeah, Sunny House is a nice area too. Yeah. That's pretty cool. I actually I lived in Boca pretty much. I mean, for the majority. Yeah. You know, me living there. I live in Boynton Beach now, but man, I tell you, I remember going down 441. There was nothing on 441.
It was just all fields.
Nothing. It was all farmland.
Yeah.
Now there's houses everywhere.
Well, the bridge, you know, like on Lions, you know, the bridges communities, there was nothing there. It's just all cows and farms.
It's unreal what they've done down here. But you know what? Florida's a beautiful state. Businesses are opening up, you know, and it's just a great place.
Yeah,
you know, you get people from all over the place. But I wanted to give a quick special thanks to Pitmaster Josh from Hickory Sticks Barbecue down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Best barbecue in town. Seriously, he brought a smorgasbord of food last week. We had ribs, we had chicken, we had pulled pork, we had everything. I mean, so I know you're a fitness dude.
I gotta go.
I still do a lot of protein, so
beautiful.
Brazilian barbecue is one of the.
That's right.
Absolutely. That's awesome, man. They got some mean barbecue. So if you haven't seen the show last week, episode 34, check it out. He gave some barbecue tips on the show too. So if you got some questions about how to use a grill, he's your man. It was a good show. We had a really good time. So check them out. They're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on Cypress Creek.
Love barbecue. Love barbecue.
Mm-hmm. And then, but tonight we're going to be discussing pizzeria employees put laxatives in their pies. A Florida man wanted for burglarizing Little League concession stand naked. And a woman saws off her own hand to claim an insurance policy.
That's great.
The beauties of this week in social media. But before we get into that, tonight we have owner of F45 Gym, one of the hottest gyms out right now, not only here, but in the entire country. He's the owner of the one in Coconut Creek that's opening soon, and Boca Raton, Florida, Greg Sebba. What's up, Greg?
Hey, Greg. Congratulations, man. That sounds awesome.
Thanks for having me here.
Oh, it's my absolute pleasure, man. So how long, before, I know you said you were from Brazil, then California, then Florida. When did the whole fitness thing start? What was that?
The fitness thing has been like in my family forever. So I used to play basketball since I can remember, since I was born. So my dad was a basketball player, so I always been like preparing, like fitness. It was always been involved. I was never a coach myself at that time, but I've always done sports my whole life. But then when I moved to California, I wanted to like change my life a little bit to go towards fitness. Because it's always I loved, because I was industrial engineering before. I still am, but by trade. But I just wanted to change it a little bit. So there was actually a friend of mine from Australia that came to California and introduced me to F45. So there that I kind of like started study a little bit. I've been coached for like a lot of the best of my hometown in Brazil coaches, and then I kind of decided to try to understand a little bit more and study about it here. So that's how kind of got into fitness a little bit more.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So you so you've been doing all this working out. You've been in fitness. You've been inspired by your buddy from Australia. What got you involved with F45? Like, what made you want to say, you know what, I'm working out here. I want to be a part of this thing.
It was exactly him. So his name is Thiago. We actually used to play basketball together. So he moved to Margaret River in Australia, where the franchise is from, long time ago, like 12 years ago. So it just started. He calls me and say, "Hey, I'm going to California. I'm coming to go visit you." But he didn't say why. He just said, like, going to California. I was like, all right, sure, of course. Yeah, you can stay at my house for a few days. But he was actually going to LA for the induction, for like the training part with like one of the owners that he was actually there.
Okay.
Even being in Australia, but they were there. He wanted to go to kind of check out some territories in California. So he was involved. So he told me about F45, and they just opened up one in La Jolla in San Diego. So I went there, became a member, started working out, and I was like, where was this my whole life? Literally, like if I had that when I was playing basketball, it would have been great. So I kind of got addicted to it, became a member, became a member for like 3 to 4 months. And then like we were talking, he was like, hey, you should become a franchisee. I was looking for something to open. So then I started studying even more and got involved to it. But in California, it was kind of already super big. So I decided to try to go somewhere else that I've been before. And so I decided Florida. So I came here to open the studio, specifically to open the studio.
Wow.
What brought you to Boca?
Boca was kind of like an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because we had like 4 different options of territory. So it's more of the place that we find that I found, like the commercial lease at the time that I had. So it was one of the best options that I have for that. So I ended up being East Boca.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's the place to be.
And as far as F45, what's the significance behind the name F45, and what's kind of separates you from other the gyms that are out there? Like, what do you have some sort of unique programs? And
yeah, of course. So F45, the name already says, I was like, F is from functional training. So it's all functional training based. So we don't have like the normal gym machines. It's all going to be like plyometric work, but still like using a lot of weights, but mostly like dumbbells, kettlebells on the resistance days. And then 45 is for the 45 minutes of workout. So it's a little bit mental as well, because if you think like 1 hour, like, oh my God, 1 hour, but 45 minutes, the person's like, oh, I'm going to go in.
Doesn't sound like a lot.
An hour, I'm actually showered and I'm leaving, So in an hour, I'm done. A lot of people go to the gym, take like an hour, it doesn't feel like they've done anything. If you go to F45, 45 minutes, you're like, I'm
is that kind of like the average
It's the
workout? Like
real
30 minutes, 45 minutes? I mean,
Yeah.
To get a good workout.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah. So, but there's a lot more involved to it because of like one of the other things that difference is just because F45 was created in Australia.
Yeah.
Right. So he was studying, he was trying to find something that was not like, was similar to group classes, but a little bit improved. And in a way that has personal training involved, because personal training there was getting too expensive, and group training, people were getting hurt, there were not enough like the coach paying attention to what their form and getting too much weight or things like that. So he like paid a research company to kind of figure out what people were needing. Okay. So he ended up spending a lot of money on it, and then he came up with F45. So something that is fast, that it's like really hard for you to get hurt, because there's a lot of like the personal touch to it. So it's like group training with personal experience to it. So because of the technology, so we have TVs on the studio, that on each TV, there's 3 exercise TVs. So in each TV, for example, let's say that today has 9 stations. There's going to be in each TV, there's going to be 3 exercise of Corey G, which is the main face of F45 in the TV, doing the exercise in a loop. So our regular members, they know what they're doing, and they kind of forgot what we told them. Just going to look at the TV. They're like, oh, no, this is it. So we actually focus more on correcting your form, making sure that you're doing your squat correctly, that you're not bending your back, so you don't have any lower back issues and other details like that. And also keeping you motivated, which is one of the most important parts. So you can keep coming, and you're not like, oh, should I go to the gym today? I'm not really sure. Most of my members, they travel. 4 days they come back. It's like, I'm finally back. I was missing this. I don't know how long I could stay. Even by F45 having 1,400 studios in 40 countries today, but they still go to. There's still a lot of places that they don't have.
So you guys are international.
Yes,
That's incredible.
How many locations?
Right now, I think they're between 1,300 and 1,400.
1,400 locations.
And then we'll go over Mark Wahlberg, but with Mark, his reasoning is to exactly do the expansion to turn that into 2,500. So that's their goal.
That's incredible. So you mentioned Mark Wahlberg. I saw the advertisements.
Yeah.
I've seen his Facebook posts and his Instagram posts as well as F45. Mark Wahlberg is involved in this. It's pretty amazing to be.
He's always been in.
He's an entrepreneur.
Athletic,
He's an
industry
athletic
guy.
too.
He's always been.
How did what was the start? How did Mark Wahlberg get involved with F45? Was he a member and said, "Oh my God, this place is great"? Or
no, he actually went to kind of just try it out. So he did a little bit of in the studio in California. So he loved it. Like the first thing he's like, "This is amazing." There was even a quote hint that he did after, like, "This is the future of training." Wow. So. And he even stated on the magazine, like, whenever he's not, because sometimes he's going to do some particular role. So he might need to do something, particular exercise to focus for that role. So he needs to do a little bit something different. But besides that, he's like, whenever I'm not in the role, I'm going to be doing F45 because that's how he fell in love with it. Wow. So when we heard that the first time, it was probably like 2 months ago. And then everybody was like, there was rumors. What is he going to do? Is he going to be an ambassador? But suddenly, it just came out of then a couple of people that I knew says I think he's going to be an investor and buy part of, because they were thinking of going to sell part of F45, the franchise, the owner, Rob. So we kind of figured he's probably going to buy something. So he ended up buying 20%, almost 20%. I think it's around 20% for $100 million.
Incredible.
Yeah,
that is incredible. He's doing a lot of stuff too. He's got Mark Wahlberg Chevrolet.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He's got a Chevrolet dealership.
I know about the whole burger joint.
And everything that he does, he gets really involved into it. Like, you've ever seen his posts, like the shoe that he does as well. I think he has a Nike partnership as well.
I don't know. And Mark, I don't know if you have a few more dollars, but we got a little CBD over here. Yeah. It's good stuff.
That's awesome.
I even heard some room. I don't know if it's true or not, but that they're going to do an F45 reality TV show with showing the lives of F45 members in California from this particular studio. So I'm almost sure that is because actually I think it's going to happen because I got when I went to California, I visited some studios, so they still have me on their client email database just because it's normal. And I got the email saying hey, we're looking for some of the members to participate in this. And they're going to just test it out to do the reality show, to do the pilot for it.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, that's great publicity right there.
Exactly.
That is really awesome, man. Yeah. Congratulations on being a part of this. And when does your Coconut Creek location open up?
It's about to open. We kind of we're doing test classes right now.
Okay.
But we're gonna be officially open this Saturday. But people are already signing up, going for the classes and trying it out. We just don't have the full schedule yet.
Right.
But we are kind of already open.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. That's great. So for our listeners out there that are in the Broward County area, Palm Beach County area, 2 locations at F45, Boca, Coconut Creek. Really awesome stuff here.
Of all places too. That's great. They pick our home, kind of our home area.
Yeah, I love it, man.
It's awesome.
We're gonna have to pop in for sure. So I mean, some of my questions here you've answered. I mean, 1,400. That's a staggering number of gyms.
Yeah.
Throughout.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
You know what's impressive?
They're in South Africa. It's everywhere.
That's what I was going to say.
Wow.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's China. Yeah. I actually have a member in Coconut Creek now. She just joined for a month and a half because she's from Lebanon. So she has it's blowing up in Lebanon as well.
Wow.
So yeah.
It's incredible when you hear stuff like that. Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
So let's say, there's other gyms out there, if you're a member and you travel, you could go to any one of them. If I'm in another country and I'm a member of F45, can I access, the gym if I wanted to?
So right now, what F45 has is, because I believe it's because of the number of countries that it's involved, it's a little bit difficult to control all of that to see from membership to membership. Right. But what we do usually is our member, we always take care of our members. but also when other members from other F45s, we take care of them as well. So when they go to a certain studio, we call that other studio or we send them an email saying like, hey, I remember staying there for, it all depends on how long they're going to stay, for a week or this or that. So usually just to facilitate, we actually they don't have to pay when they're traveling with us, and they ended up paying the same rate there. Right. So it ended up being the same thing. Gotcha. Or depending on where they go, they can actually do like a week free there. Or so it's more of like just the conversation. It's just the F45 community, let's say. Cool. So we're gonna send an email. They're gonna say like, hey, just tell them to drop in. They can do a week free. It's not a problem. Or if it's longer, or if it's just a drop in, they can do a free class. It's more of like just communicating between each studio.
Excellent. That's awesome. Yeah, see that I like that too. That communication.
Oh yeah.
So it's not like that corporate feel. You know, you're actually having human beings communicate with one another to facilitate you. So I think that's really cool.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of people from. And I used to, especially East Boca. A lot of people from New York.
Okay.
Hong Kong.
Oh, it's little New York down.
Canada.
Fort Lauderdale too, right?
Toronto, Canada. A lot of from Canada as well.
Oh yeah, Toronto. I feel like I'm in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I used to have family that live in Montreal.
Okay.
So every now and then go to Toronto, but it feels like when you go to Toronto, it's like a little Manhattan.
No kidding.
Like,
I've never been to Canada before.
No? Yeah. Toronto, it's all English speaking there. They're welcoming.
Yeah. No, one of the owners from the studio in Toronto, we actually became friends because he came down before he opened his. Is like, oh, since I'm going to open one, and he comes down to Boca, and actually did his kind of training with us here. So he stayed like a month in Boca, just coming to our studio, working out and learning and talking. And before he opened his own studio, now he's doing pretty well there, and he's coming back in about a month or so.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So what's next on the list for F45? Is there anything coming up? Anything coming up for you personally that you're working, at the gym with that maybe you want to reach out to the community? Or
so we actually just one of the other things that separates F45 from every other studio is some of them has this similar to it, but it's a week challenge, because with the membership you also have a full nutritional plan. Okay. So the nutritional plan provides you an app. That the app is going to give you 5 daily meals with the directions how to cook, with the ingredients and the calories count, and also the grocery list. Wow. So you're just gonna have to get your phone, look at like what you have to buy weekly. You're gonna buy your weekly grocery, and then you're gonna be able to cook for like every day. If not, we also, for example, there's a lot of people like myself included don't have the time to cook. So I ended up doing meal preps. So I actually just tell the company like, hey, this is what I need. So they kind of put it there for that 8 weeks, because it's separated in 3 stages. So the first stage, which is what a lot of people don't do, is a detox phase. So which is the hardest. Trust me, I've done it. It's like 2 weeks of no coffee, no milk, no sugar. No conservatives, no nothing.
No carrots.
Everything natural. Yeah. But it was the first 2 weeks, the first 2 times that I did it, it was amazing. I felt like really great. It was everything was coming out. Before. So you do the detox, and then 4 weeks of muscle building, and then 2 weeks of that's kind of called like the keto diet phase, the shredding phase. That's it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Very super low carb meals.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
I just started doing the keto diet actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. I do it today. Called Fresh Meal Plan.
You started today?
Well, on the weekends I take the weekends off. You only see me when I eat. You don't see me when I'm thinking like a bird.
You just started an hour ago. The keto diet, just 1 hour ago.
But it's been incredible. I mean, I feel fresh. I feel super fresh. I feel more like I have more energy. I know that it sounds weird because you don't have that much carbs, but you put in good healthy food in your body. Yeah. You don't feel sluggish. Eating, crap.
Because everything takes a lot longer to digest. So it's if you're more natural, the easier it's going to be. The more it's going to absorb. The better it's going to be.
When we started making our product, taking it a little over a year ago, it also my business partner Jane, got to do a shout out to her.
Give her a shout out,
Jane. Wanted to say hi. We all miss you. I know you're having fun. Let me tell you something about my business partner. That woman works so damn hard. like unbelievable. Hemp Boca wouldn't be where we are today without her. She's fantastic. So she's out doing her thing with friends, and she is well deserved. And but anyway, a little over a year, you started taking this, but also it helped me kind of change the way my eating habits and stuff too, and exercising and stuff. But I know there's a difference. I feel amazing. Like I feel amazing. All the things that I'm doing. This helps a lot. For my own personal reasons, like for anxiety and like stress, or I didn't sleep that well, but I do sleep very well. But this also helps my curb appetite too, or keeps a good regimen. And but yeah, I mean, we're all if you think about it, we're all at the same day. All have one common goal, right? Is to help people live a better, healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
What do you got some tips for my listeners about? Maybe I have some people that are thinking about going to the gym or maybe taking it to the next level. But just some like basic tips just to maybe get people off the couch kind of thing. Maybe some things they could do to get started with their diet or their workout. What would your advice be to somebody?
That's actually like the hardest part is like we always say that 45, the hardest part is walking through that door, because after you walk in, you kind of get addicted to it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just to motivate yourself to like just go for the first time if you're not doing anything right now, to start doing it. So exactly for F45 is the main part is we try to get the workout to be fun, not just that thing that you're just gonna go there and not be motivated. So what we're lacking today is motivation. That's why Mark Bowler says this is gonna be the future of fitness, because everybody wants to imagine the three of us going to the gym, we're going all together. Imagine we're all going separate. Which one is going to be a little bit better and more fun, even if we're taking a bit longer. If regular gym, it's going to be a lot better. Us three working out, then.
So you're more into group sessions, or is that?
Yeah, ours, yes.
More focused on groups and.
Yeah, it's always group sessions.
Yeah.
Okay, so like if we were to go in, it would be an actual time that you have to be.
Exactly. So just to explain a little bit more of the classes. So we do always 7 classes a day, and during that day is the same workout. But we never repeat the same workout again. So it's always every day is different. So your body kind of never gets used to it. Yeah. But we divide our training in, we don't do like lower body, upper body, like focused workouts. We do athletic conditioning days and resistance days.
Okay.
So it's always going to be a full body workout. So if you're like that day, I can go to the gym today or to that studio and I missed leg day. It's not going to be like that, because it's always going to be the full body. But we have like Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays, which is resistance. So using all the dumbbells, kettlebells, squats, everything that is weights. And then the Monday, Wednesday, Friday is going to be the conditioning days, which is athletic conditioning. It's going to be burpee related, agility, bio work. So like drop lunges, things that are going to work more on the athletic fiber of your body. So get you more and go faster, stronger, and just healthier.
I'm excited already. Yeah, I want to try this out. I am totally coming over to the Boca one, or you guys don't have one in Boynton by any chance?
Oh, no, we don't.
Everything I want to do is like, I got to walk everywhere.
Let me tell you something. Just take a few days. I'll put one up next week.
That's what it sounds like.
We'll have in West Boca as well. West Boca, we're planning to open in March of next year. So
that is awesome, man.
I'm excited. Enough of gyms. I mean, there's so many people that want to stay fit. The weather too, that makes you motivates you too. To look good, get out there and stay fit. And F45 will do well here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they're gonna do fantastic. You have to be. I think it's funny. And shout out to my buddy Dana. He was asking me where my beard went. Bro, sometimes you gotta switch it up. Sorry,
it grows fast. It goes back.
Fast.
Dan, don't worry, it grows back.
Shape this morning. Look at that shit. It's coming right back. I guess living in Florida, I mean, the weather's nice all year round. People want to look good. You're not wearing that much clothing, so you want to look good. So. I think, having a gym like F45 where they're actually putting you in a class, taking the time to show you the proper way of working out. Yeah. Like you said, form, that's the number one thing when you're working out. If you don't have form, you're not doing a workout properly, you're not going to get the proper results. So it makes perfect sense. And it's amazing that you guys do that and take the time for people. So, that's really impressive.
Yeah, we do. Especially when I coach, I have like lower back issues from basketball. So, and one of the biggest problems that we have everybody that comes in, most of the people is lower back issues.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always like really careful and train my coaches to do the same, to always be careful with form, especially for lower back issues, because it's just one that is, I think, was one of the biggest issues that most of the people have that is really hard to fix.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
So let me ask you a question, because I have issues with my back. What's your advice for people that have a bad back and they want to work out and get the results, but you know, when you're working out, lifting those weights, you can feel that tension. What's your advice? You know, how do you go about the workout the proper way where you're not going to hurt yourself?
So first, like if you're beginning, is to go light, because you don't want to start something or start like trying to progress too fast, and that's where you're gonna get hurt, because your core is not gonna be strong enough. So you got to work your core a lot, not just your core, because a lot of people think like, oh, for my back to be safe, I just got to work a lot of my core. It's not just the core; it's gonna be your core, your glutes, your hamstring. So all that area around your back has to be strengthened, but all at the same time flexible. Because if you're just getting strong, but your muscles are all tightened up, you're going to even compress even more your spine. And then, for example, if you have a herniated disc or something like that, then it's just going to touch it. It's going to inflame it. It's going to pinch your nerve. So it's always kind of like working the flexibility. So I personally only work out at F45. I haven't gone to the gym in 3 years. So, but what I do is a complement to it. I do yoga. So, and work a lot the core. So, and I actually do another technique which helped me a lot because I have 2 herniated discs, which is called foundation training, which is, it's like a breathing technique with isometric workout that just, and you know, that table, not the table, what's it called? Like the reverse one that you go upside down. I think it's the reverse.
The ones that are in there, like the chiropractor offices and stuff.
Similar. There's one in the chiropractor office that it ties you up and ties you to your waist and then pulls you. And just kind of straightening you. It's doing the same thing, but just using your breathing, so it's natural, and then you're actually getting used to it of being like, let's say, taller. You know? So you're just creating that breathing that maintains. So you're
taller. I should have went there a long time ago.
Trust me, and it works. It was actually what saved me. I've been doing going to a chiropractor my whole life, and it just maintained it. But this actually got me out of the pain.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you for that. Yeah, because that's something that I got to work on. I'm lifting weights, and you know.
Well, it's also
I go back upstairs.
No, exactly.
Come on, how you sit during
the biggest thing is
slouching or something. You don't have
I'm all over the freaking place.
I'm
all over the place.
You gotta tell yourself.
You gotta be upright.
You sit on those 2 little bones
lumbar
right there.
I gotta get some pillows too.
You want to use one? Get I use it personally to drive. My biggest issue with my back was driving. So like driving long distance, my back would kill me. So now I actually use this purple cushion that is just. It sounds weird, but everybody's like, "Well, what the hell is this you're sitting on?" And I'm like, "Do you want to try it?" They're like, "No." And then they end up trying it. It's like, "Oh, where can I buy one?"
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Where can I buy one actually?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Where you buy everything.
Oh, here we go. Dana has a question. Do you prefer sauna or steam room? I usually take a 10-minute steam after the gym. What are your thoughts on sauna or steam?
Personally, I don't like neither of those. I don't like heat too much after workout because of my back. Because there is if it's inflamed, it's hurting, you put heat to it, it's just gonna make it worse. So for me, to relaxing the muscles, if I'm not feeling any lower back pain, then it's fine.
Right.
I like it, but I just don't like the dry heat. I personally like more the.
Well, what would they want to go into is it just to kind of loosen up their muscles?
Yeah. So the sauna is more of to relax after. So a lot of people tend to go to the sauna.
Is it better to stretch a little after a workout? Not
always stretch after the workout.
Always.
Never before. Always after.
Probably.
And the best thing is to stretch after.
Yeah, stretch before. Right. Well, you do kind of a
warm up.
So,
but what you do before is warm up or dynamic stretching that it's called. So, which is a stretch that you hold for a maximum of 2 seconds. Yeah. You're just creating a little bit more flexibility, but warming up your muscle.
Right.
Because if you're stretching, you're relaxing your muscle. You don't want to do that before you work out because you're gonna work out. So you don't want to relax it right before. So you do always the warm up. workout, and then after you do the cool down. So you wait a second, start stretching full body, and that will definitely help you out.
That's awesome. Yeah, I actually am incorporating yoga. So I'll do my weightlifting, and then right after I do a yoga session.
Okay.
And for me, it's
Where's
been
your-
helping me.
Yoga pants.
I got a yoga mat.
I mean,
I got everything. I'm gonna start getting the spandex.
how many of you out there want to see Joe in yoga pants the next show? How many of you? Come on, I want to see some chimes here. I want to see some I do's, likes and stuff. Come on.
We're gonna ignore all that.
Joe's going to be in
fun
yoga
stuff.
pants.
We're ignoring all that. We don't do yoga pants.
Come on, cuz.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing we can't ignore, and that's Robot Brewery in Boca Raton, Florida.
We can't ignore Robot.
Robot is one of our sponsors, and they are awesome. You got to check these guys out. I don't know if you're into beer, but for our beer drinkers, Robot is a special nano brewery right over on Spanish River and Federal Highway in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yes.
They're awesome. This is like, it's old school brewing. It's old school. They actually do the brewing by hand. They don't rely on the machines. We're talking old school, on the farm style brewing beer. It's amazing. I've done it. I've actually went there. They invited me over there to actually brew my own beer. They're going to name it a Guy Thing Podcast beer.
Nice.
It's going to be on the menu at Robot Brewery. I actually went over there. Shout out to my boys at Black Coral Rum Distillery in West Palm Beach. Put the Black Coral rum inside the beer. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, it is sitting and waiting. And in 2 weeks, it's going to be ready. We're going to do a reveal party at Robot Brewery in Boca.
Man, as a cuz, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, man. It's fun.
You've come a long way, man. You're awesome.
I'm making beer.
Well
now,
deserved.
baby.
Beer.
I'm making beer.
Yeah.
We're brewing beer, man.
Yeah, man.
Listen, it's exciting. It's fun. I get to meet interesting people like you that maybe I wouldn't meet out on the street or out anywhere, but this podcast gives me the opportunity to meet some really interesting people and learn really cool things about it. And it just kind of transitions into other things as
That's
well.
awesome.
But one of the cool things about Robot is that they do a homebrew class. And this is one of my favorite things. So if you want to go on a date with the wife or the girlfriend, or if you want to do a girls' night or a guys' night, you got to check out their homebrew class. It's every third Sunday of the month. And you go in there for $25 a person. You brew your own beer.
That's a great idea.
Which is great.
I'm sorry.
You get 2 complimentary beers per person while you're doing it. And then in 3 to 4 weeks, when that beer is ready, it will be on tap for you to drink for absolutely free.
Wow.
Nice.
It's the best deal in town. Nobody does.
That's
it
a
the way these
great
guys do it.
idea.
Yeah. No,
They
they
used to hear in let's go to these French places where you take your date and cook. now you take your date and go brew beer.
Yeah.
That's what you do. I think it's great. I think it's great. So for beer lovers out there, you got to check these guys out. They also do on Wednesday nights.
You know what I
check them out on Wednesday nights.
You know what I think we should
Open
come up
mic
with?
night.
Bring your date to go plant hemp plants.
There you
That'd be
go.
the next thing. And then you come back in 7 to 8 weeks. And you process your plant to get your own CBD oil.
I want to have an actual date on the freaking podcast. I want to have like a Tinder first date, like right here. And I want to be in the middle and I want to watch it. And I'm going to ask questions. I think it'd be great. If anybody's out, head down for a first date, blind date, live on a Guy Thing podcast. I'll hang out with you. We'll check it out. We'll see how it goes. I think it would be great.
Are you going to be kind of the mediator? Are you going to be asking questions?
Yeah, it's an interview. I'm going to do the interview for them.
I think you should just sit back and just let them go at it as if you're not even there.
Oh, no. I got to be heavily involved.
You got to be heavily involved.
Absolutely. Because I have questions that I want to ask. Lots of questions.
Nice.
So, yeah, speaking of, I don't know what, but actually, no, speaking of questions, because I got a lot of questions about these people we're about to roll into talking about.
Yeah.
Is this week in social media strikes again? I mean, this is rough. I mean, I know some what I like to call them is gems. They're gems. These people are gems. They're rare, but they're out there.
Yeah.
Right? And these are gems. And the first gem that I want to bring up is a trio of gems at a pizzeria in Springtown, Texas. the employees of this pizzeria, Mr. Jim's Pizza, by the way.
Nice.
I'm
sure he's happy with his name out there.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Oh, yeah.
They put laxatives in the pizzas.
Nice.
These 3 employees put laxatives, Miralax, in the fucking pizza. I mean,
must have been a shitty day.
It's a shit show. It's a shit show. I mean,
seriously.
They played a prank. They made a video. They made a video on Facebook. Guys, listen. I know some of you are not that bright and you do stupid things, and that's fine. We all have our dumb moments. But my God, don't put it on social media. You're automatically, that's it. You're done. There's the evidence right there. You can't get out of it. If you're gonna play a joke, keep your mouth shut.
How does a business survive after that?
They're closed down right now.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. So
that's horrible.
So they didn't give the pizza to the customers, which we don't know if that is true or not. But they played a prank on one of the other employees that worked there and fed this guy the pizza with the Miralax in. So obviously the guy was shitting his brains out. He got sick. So somebody said something. They posted something on Facebook saying, "Hey, you know, Mr. Jim's Pizza look what they did, blah, blah, blah." Obviously it went around and got a little viral. So the 3 employees get arrested. And the place is closed down for further investigation to see if other food is contaminated. License has been stripped. They're out in Texas. They have, I think there's like actually a little more than a dozen.
You know, I take this a little personally, you know, because, when you talk to a couple Italians here, pizza's not like favorite. Come on, that hits home with us. You know? It could have been something else, but that's crazy.
It's crazy.
I mean, that's like, you know, people going to the gym and one of your employees plays a prank on the food, you know.
The thing about the owner, I'm like, there was the employees doing this, and they don't even think what the consequences are going to be to the guy now. Is like the business is closed and all of that just because they wanted to play a prank.
Right. That Jim guy, if that's his name of the owner, he needs to come out and, you know, he's going to have to speak to this.
I'm going to take a shot. So I'm doing a show in Fort Worth, Texas, in June. So it's going to be at the Stockyards. If anybody knows where the Stockyard is in Fort Worth, Texas, it's a really cool place to do rodeos and stuff there. So Guy Think Podcast goes country in June 6th. So I will be wearing a cowboy hat for that episode.
Nice.
But I'm going to try to track down Mr. Jim's Pizza because it is in Fort Worth area.
There you go.
So I'm going to try to track down this Mr. Jim, and I'm going to see if I can have a chit-chat with them, and maybe we can talk to the cops and see if we can
the day over there.
I'm going to try. Maybe I could do something. I don't know. It's worth a shot, worth a conversation at least.
Yeah. Poor guy.
It's not his fault. He hired some schmucks.
I tell you, the stuff that comes out.
Yeah, these people are animals, man. That's all I got. You know. Also, someone said, "Shout out to Miralax. Get that pharmaceutical money."
Nice.
Oh boy,
that's not a CBD supporter there. That's for sure. No.
Well, we were talking about Florida, so we may as well roll into the next subject. Yeah. Florida man wanted for burglarizing Little League concession stand naked.
Nice.
Why not? I mean, if you're going to do it naked. May as well do it naked.
Let me ask you a question. I read that, and I'm thinking the last time I was on your show, there was a story about someone else being naked.
Really? Was it really?
Yeah, I think so, man. I think so. You come up with these crazy.
Well, I don't come up with them. I find them.
Well, I know you find them, but
they hit me right in the face. I mean, I'm on Facebook and I see this.
Like, gosh, man, just the stuff that comes out.
Yeah. It's not
to be honest, it's one of the things that I realized when I moved from California to here is all the there happened some crazy stuff, but here it's like I think it's a little bit concentrated in Florida as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wild state down here. Oh, yeah. It is a wild state. I always say that Florida's a beautiful state. The weather's great. We're here at beautiful cross country studios in Boca Raton. It's a gorgeous place, but I feel like in Florida, because people, for the most part, that you meet are not from Florida, they're from other places, and I think we're getting the people down here, myself excluded, of course. But I think we're getting a lot of people that come down here that are running away from their troubles in other places.
Definitely.
So they're trying to start anew, and then they go right back to the same shit that they've been doing in other states.
I mean, look at the weather too.
The countries.
I mean,
Everywhere.
the weather that we have here, it gets people going and excited and motivated. Just want to do crazy things, and they post this stuff.
I remember the first week I moved to Florida. Like I was always been chill in San Diego. First week that I've been here, I was just taking my car down 95, and then there was like this 5-car crash, like huge traffic. So I try to just take the side road. When I take it, suddenly there was just like I just take the light, and then I see this like black car speeding all the way back, and like these lights. So I was like, I'm just gonna pull over to the corner. When I do, this like black on black BMW just passes me like literally like 150 miles per hour on a normal road, and suddenly 15 cop cars behind them. I was like, oh, this is my first week. This is like high speed car chase.
Fast and the Furious.
And then like
you'll see so many crazy things. Just a few days ago, over in Del Rey, I'm walking on the road there, and I hear all these cars like blowing the horns. There's an elderly woman driving over the drawbridge the wrong way on Linton.
I love it.
Heading west over the bridge.
Oh my God.
Right? And everybody's like waving, people on the side, like, stop. She's just, but I feel so bad because when she came into view, she's like, her head's like right up near the steering wheel. She doesn't understand, like she's, what's
kind of disoriented.
Yeah, so she had to slowly turn around, and everybody's backed up. Like she's doing, and then pull into that Trader Joe Plaza there. Yeah. But I felt bad. But you see that a lot here. You know, you go, it's unbelievable. What you see.
No, so I'll never have a motorcycle here.
No,
my father rides, but yeah, you got to be careful, man. It's nuts. But yeah, this naked man took. This happened in Dunedin, Florida, like the Tampa area up that way. So he basically caused $5,000 in damages, and this is great. He broke in using a crowbar and took cash from the donation box and the hot dogs. This fucking guy. I mean, and he's still on the loose. He slithered this whole thing.
Really?
Cops can't find this fucking naked bastard. I mean,
he must have been on.
What the fuck? I mean,
he's got to be
on something.
He was on 100. He was on bad salty and Miralax, probably.
It was probably meth or something. I mean, who takes your clothes?
Yeah, definitely not CBD oil, though.
No.
CBD oil don't do that to you. CBD oil don't do that to you.
You ever see it at home? It's natural food.
Dude, I shake my head, but that's Florida Man. I'm going to start doing a segment called like Florida Man Minute or something, because I literally like sift through these crazy articles and like
there's some crazy
it's Florida. I'm like,
and there's some crazy women out here too. I mean,
give me an example.
Oh gosh, come on.
Give me an example. Come on. People are listening.
Seriously?
Anything wild happened recently with some crazy women?
Not recently, no. It's just, I lived here since '95. I moved from New York to Orlando.
Okay.
Lived up there, and that was my early 20s, and in like Bourbon Street, like in
New Orleans.
Yeah. I've been there one time. And it's crazy enough there, but back in the day, some streets in Orlando, you think you're on Bourbon Street. So I happened to be with a friend of mine who used to work for Miller Lite. He was a sales rep. And what I loved about his job is that whenever he had to go out to do promos, he had the models with him, but the whole tab is covered by Miller Lite. So he was like, Chris, come on, join us all night. So one night we're out and walking down Church Street in Orlando, and I hear a commotion going around in the corner, and there was two women and then these two guys. Now, the two guys had nothing on, but they were filming these two girls taking each other's clothes off right on the middle of the side street. And they were just doing their thing. And I've never seen anything like it. And it was just like, man, oh my God.
And this was in Orlando? Church Street?
Yeah, this was in Orlando.
Yeah.
But, I mind my own business around here, but it can get a little wild.
Oh, I've seen cat fights bust out. And everything down in Fort Lauderdale and Miami, cat fights everywhere all the time. They're killing each other, pulling each other's hair and everything. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, boy, here we go.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Gina and I, a bunch of us went out for dinner one night in Del Rey, And we happen to be standing there, right, watching people dance. And this place where you dance on tables at a certain time of night.
Okay.
And this woman staring at me, she got to be in her late 50s, early 60s, but she's like, she turns around and she's glued right on me. And she's like pacing from side to side. And I'm like, Gene and my friends, whether they don't know what's going on. I'm just at the corner of my eye watching it. And so she comes around, my friends and Gene she comes around, and all of a sudden I get this punch right in the back of my head. She just whacked me.
What?
And I turned around like, what the hell did you just do that for? No joke. And so she's like, you stole my effing purse. You stole my purse. I knew it was you. You took my purse. She starts yelling this out of it. And she's like, what's going on? What's going on? My friend's like, what's going on? And she starts pacing. And then she goes for another swing. And I go back. And then I've got Gene. I'm like, standing in front of her. And I'm like, listen, don't throw another swing. And she's yelling. I stole her purse. It was you. I know it was you. Never seen this woman in my life.
Wow.
And finally the security came over and walked her out. But she had been like late 50s, early 60s. It was the craziest thing. Crazy. It was just before the holidays.
Florida bring that out of people, man.
Oh yeah.
Drinks and people.
Man, she got me good too. I had to give her a little credit on that one, but my gosh.
We went out Saturday night. There was a mutt. It was a girl. It wasn't a girl. It was a guy. He was a mutt though. This guy.
Yeah, I vaguely.
I didn't say anything because I'm at that point in my life where I just ignore things. But
we had a
good time. There's this place it's the old Ritz-Carlton. It's called the O Hotel. In Lantana. I loved it. You kidding me?
And the staff, aren't they nice?
They were just everybody's super nice. So if you're ever up in Lantana and A1A area, it's an old Ritz-Carlton. Beautiful.
Right at the end of Ocean.
Right on the ocean. I mean, it's a beautiful place.
Damp, it is beautiful. Yeah.
But we were over there. Just talk about idiots. But we all sitting outside. It was nice. It was like this huge, like fire pit in the middle, and then just like a circular couch. And everybody's just hanging out. So when I went out there, I was like, "Oh, this is cool." It's like reminds me of like a hot jacuzzi, like a fiery jacuzzi, because anybody could go in there and hang out, and it's all good. So we joined the fun, and we moved some chairs up, and some drunk asshole walks over, and he's like, "Oh, I can't get through now." So I was like, "Oh," so I'm like.
I don't really?
Yeah. So
I'm not going to say I don't remember this.
So I go.
I don't recall this happening.
So I'm like, I got you, man. So, whatever, common courtesy. I don't care. I was moving back. He goes, nah, I'm good. And he like hops over the other way. And I'm like, what's this, what's this guy's problem? And he gives me a dirty look. And I was like, phenomenal with this guy. Yeah. But, like an idiot,
there's many of those here.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Times have changed. They get too riled up.
Yeah, have a drink and relax. But life's too short to be fighting with people about stupid things. Britt Stearns says, CBD helps with my migraines and also aches from she had a four-wheeler accident. So she
awesome.
takes CBD
What's her name?
oil. Brittany Stearns.
That's great, Brittany. I'm glad to hear that. Big. Obviously, I'm a big advocate and supporter of CBD, no matter what CBD you're taking. But make sure you know your source, right? One thing that my business partner and I, we have a radio show, and we like to bring awareness. There's so many CBDs out there, and the most important thing is when you go and buy that CBD, before you buy it, find out where all the ingredients came from. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of snake oil. There's a lot of mislabeling, synthetic CBD. May I?
Absolutely.
All right. So if listen, go to hempboca.com. There's a lot of information there. Don't care if you buy our products or not, but go to our website. There's so much information there. Use that information to guide you on your CBD. But I'm glad it's helping you. I really am. It's awesome.
Yes, it is.
That's something that's helping a lot of people worldwide.
Yeah. We
Speaking of people getting help, do you think CBD oil could help this woman? Woman saws off hand to claim insurance.
Oh no, nobody can help that.
Inflammation.
True story.
They won't bring that back.
Yeah. This is a true story. Crazy. A Slovenian woman arrested for sawing off her own hand In a bid to get a false insurance claim, she cut it off with a circular saw at work after she recently took out a personal injury insurance policy. Officials said that her family members left the hand behind when they took her to the hospital to ensure the disability was permanent. Unfortunately for her and them, the hand was mysteriously recovered somehow, and doctors were able to attach it in time. She now faces up to 8 years in prison.
That's
Jesus, that's
true story.
Yeah.
I mean, let's give her a hand, huh? Let's give her a hand.
That deserves a hand, man.
Oh,
I have to. I just want to say, very impressed. I mean, just when I thought I've read all of the idiots,
there'll be
another
something
idiot
else that's
pops
going to
up.
top that. You'll see. That's
21 years old. This girl.
21?
21 years old.
Literally, I imagine in my head this is going to be a little bit older.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
21.
I know, right?
Sounds like the family.
It's like disability. I mean, look for disability. Like at 21,
Oh,
that's just crazy.
It sounds like the family put her up to this.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Right?
That's just insane.
It really does to me. It sounds like the family was like, there was 8 family members involved, or there was a numerous amount of family members. This is a whole thing. So
why would they choose it? If they were all involved, then take the oldest one. Like, leave the 21-year-old alone, right?
There's a whole life ahead of them with you.
Right? Why go after a young?
I beg to differ.
I
beg to differ.
I know. I think I know why.
Slovenia, first
I think
of
I know
all,
why.
And maybe something happened over there, and the hand had to go.
Maybe it's more money for a younger than a yeah, exactly.
Correct. Good call.
I bet it's because of the amount of money that
the
would have been offered.
Yes, the
It's
age.
still crazy.
Yeah.
Because then that would have been a permanent disability from someone who's 21 years old and has X amount of years to collect.
Yeah.
But if you go with the older, then it reduces.
It reduces. Very true. If you had, I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you guys had to saw off a body part, what would it be?
Really?
Yeah, if you had to, like you had no choice.
My hair. I don't know.
If so, you got to saw one body part off, and I'm talking a limb, not a finger.
Oh,
you got to pick one.
Oh, a limb?
A limb?
Ah. I'll
Is
go.
an ear considered a limb?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I think an ear is fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my left arm.
Left arm.
Yeah, I go.
You do nothing with your left arm.
No, I don't. I don't do anything with my left arm, people. No, because if I guess I feel like I have a 3-year-old daughter. So the first thing came to mind is like always protect her and stuff. I was like, at least I have my legs and I have my strength.
You're right.
My strength, so to help my left arm.
Yeah.
I can still do my thing.
All right. So there you go.
So I'll take
get into a fight like
donate
this.
my left. Yeah. Well, if you tie us, let me tell you.
Yeah, you just gotta do just the hand, and then you put the.
Just a hand.
Robotic hand.
Yeah,
and then
just a hand.
What about you?
If you're saying limbs, I'll probably say the hand as well.
Yeah,
the
left hand.
Because you can't mess with the legs, but the hand, you might be able to live without it. Of course, you're going to be able to live without it, but it's just going to be the worst.
Yeah, I do a hand too, because I always thought those little hook hands were pretty cool. Electronic ones. I think that'd be badass. Hook up some Bluetooth on there.
The way they do,
they put already a taser in it.
Oh, hey, I like the way you think, bro.
What they do?
Hey, come here, guys. Fuck out of here.
What they do from like face transplants to limb it's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
What they do outside. Oh.
Technology, man.
Yeah, it's a great question, though.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, we have all sorts of questions here.
I'm glad you specifically said a limb, because I wasn't sure where you were going with that.
Yeah.
What would you cut off?
What would you cut off? Slow down. No Lorena Bobbitt shit going on here, if that's what you're thinking. But let's give a shout out to our main sponsors, Cross Country. Cross Country Mortgages here in Boca Raton, Florida.
Go Cross Country.
Cross Country, baby. We love it.
Greatness is choice.
Greatness is choice, and the choice is
greatness.
Country. And we got Monica. Monica's out there working her ass off. It is 8:21. This woman will be here till 9 o'clock. Why? Because Cross Country is open till 9 p.m.
Well, that's a good reason.
7 days a week. 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. The only mortgage company in the game that does it cross country.
That's Sunday. Even Sunday.
Even
Look,
Sundays.
she's taking a shirt. Look, she's getting
ready.
in the
She's getting in the groove. Sleeves are rolled up. Round 3, baby. Let's go.
Taking that coat off. She's
She's
getting into the mortgages. That's great. That's awesome.
I would like to compare. I usually compare the mortgage, the home buying process, especially for first-time home buyers, to sex. But we're not going to do that tonight.
All right.
Cross Country Mortgage is the F45 of the mortgage industry. Number one, the best. That's who they are. They'll close your loan within 7 days. That's how quick they are.
That's awesome.
It's an amazing process. They not only
Especially
do they
now.
do the job like it's a conveyor belt, in and out, in and out, in and out, but they treat you like family alone.
Especially now with all that
amazing
changed
place.
in the mortgage industry from what happened, 10 years ago.
Right.
They come a long way, but for them to be able to offer that type of service, like 7 days or until 9 p.m., even on a Sunday, that's crazy.
Bought my home. They had me closed in 12 days. That was my personal experience when I purchased my home.
So on average,
12 days.
That's awesome.
So it's pretty quick. They make it, sound scary. You got to buy a home. You got to do this, you do that. Nah, not here. They make it super easy. So hit them up. Cross Country Mortgages at Cross Country Studios. 561-504-1278. And you can ask my boy Frank Cristiano to take good care of you.
And thanks for supporting my cousin, the guy. He's come a long way. We appreciate it.
My cousin's always looking out, man. Always looking out.
Proud of you.
So, Greg, one more time, how can our listeners find F45 in Boca and Coconut Creek?
So our F45 in Boca it's 1101 South Federal Highway. So it's right south of the Publix on Federal. So if you're coming down on Federal across Camino, that's gonna be the Publix, and then 11th Street is right there on the Camino shops.
Got it.
So both of them, before I say the Coconut Creek, both of them has like a 1 week free trial. So like no commitment. You can just come in and do unlimited classes for 1 week in either of those locations. Usually mostly all F45s, they offer that 1 week trial just for the person to get the 1 week of limited classes and try it out and see how it is. And then the Coconut Creek one is on the Winston Park Plaza in Coconut Creek, which is 5375 Lions Road in Coconut Creek. Right next to LA Fitness.
Yep,
There's
I know exactly where that's at.
Exactly. So that's the Coconut Creek location.
Awesome.
Yeah, and if you do want to sign up, you can just look up our website. It's f45boca.com and f45coconutcreek.com. Both of them will be able to sign up for the 1 week free trial and book your first class to come.
Nice.
Beautiful. I love it.
That's awesome.
I love it. F45, everybody. This is Greg Sebba. Awesome gym. I just want to let our listeners know, got to do my spiel, but please continue to like and follow us on social media. Facebook and Instagram at A Guy Think Podcast. Our website, guythinkpodcast.com. Twitter's at A Guy Think Pod. YouTube channel, you're watching right now. So if you don't know what that is, sorry, I can't help you there. Hit us up on the mailbag, guythinkpodcast@gmail.com. Voicemails 856-441-6386 if you have any questions on there. But it seems like everybody's liking this YouTube thing. We're going to be rolling out live calls. I keep saying it. It's going to happen. Be patient. Rate us 5 stars on Apple iTunes. They're our bread and butter. We love Apple iTunes.
That's awesome.
We are available on every major podcast platform, so you can listen to us anywhere. You can subscribe to us. That's the biggest thing. It's so easy. 2 clicks. You go on the website, you click subscribe, and it will automatically tell you, based on your device, what platform you could use, what you're eligible for. That easy. I can't make it any easier than that for you guys. Next week, we're going eco-friendly on the next episode.
Nice.
First time ever a Guy Think podcast goes eco-friendly. We're going to do it on this upcoming episode next week. Actually, I think it's this Monday coming up with guest Kyra Malore. She cleans beaches in a bikini with her crew of bikini-wearing beach cleaners, and they're all beautiful women. Her Instagram handle, if you want to check her out, is Eco Bikini Girl. Very interesting, very cool lady, cool girl.
I actually met. She actually is a member in my studio.
What a small world.
It was her birthday last week. We were at Del Rey doing a beach cleaning.
Oh, nice.
That's great.
It was funny when you said it. I was like, I think I know.
I think I know what it says. Yeah, that's
I don't think there's too many of them around.
There isn't.
It's the coolest thing, man. I mean,
person looking good in the bikini, cleaning up the beach.
Right? I mean, you can't go wrong. I think she's got something really cool going on, and that's why I want her on the show, because I want to know more about it.
That's awesome.
She's doing something great for the community, and who doesn't want to see a pretty girls in bikinis? I mean, so
why don't you try and podcast out on the beach?
Wow, podcast on the beach.
Come on now.
You never know.
Have them
You'll
sit
to roll
around.
one
You know,
out.
at the beach. Yeah, come on. You can do that.
Yeah, we could do that.
You can do that.
Yeah. All right. We'll have to podcast on the beach. What do we call it? Podcast and
The guy thing.
podcast in the sand.
Well,
The guy
Podcast in the sand. Yeah. All right, we're gonna dump our toes in some sand, folks.
why don't you ask them to come up with a name? Why don't you ask the audience? Say hey, and pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do some.
Maybe we'll do something.
Hey,
We'll figure something
throw
out.
in some shirts and hats. Hemp Boca stuff.
Shirts and hats for the winner of the contest. We'll roll it out. I like it. Let's do it.
Let's do
We'll have a
it.
little
Come up with a
contest.
name. Get
Deal.
them involved, right?
Absolutely. Greg, thanks for being on the show, my brother.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
very much,
Great to
man.
meet you.
Nice
Yep.
meeting
All the
you
best.
guys.
I'm sure I'll see you around again.
Special thanks to my cousin Chris and Hemp Boca. Love you guys.
Love
Thanks
you
for being
too.
on the show.
Thanks,
Take
everyone.
care.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.